Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and good evening, my dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to the very first episode of our new program right here on Huda Tv, Huda Tonight. We're glad that you're joining us here tonight, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as always, to make the time that we spend here on this program in our scale of good deeds, and to help us, and to guide us, and to forgive us, and to make what we say here and what you listen to here on this program, inshallah, of benefit for us in this dunya, and more importantly, inshallah, in the akhirah, as we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to unite us on the day of judgment with our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and all the believers, all the Muslim brothers and sisters from every single part of the globe, and that all of us enter Jannah together, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, that we enter Jannah in groups. The Muslims enter Jannah in groups. And they enter Jannah in a way that they're able to help each other in this dunya, inshallah, so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses them and makes them enter Jannah in the hereafter, inshallah. And speaking of groups, and speaking of being united, and speaking of Muslims from all around the world, this is really a big part of what this program is about. In the next few minutes, inshallah, before we begin going in depth in this program and taking the various segments, I want to share with you a message really of unity. And that's what we want to talk about tonight, my dear brothers and sisters. As Muslims, we have to be united. And that's the goal of this program. When I thought of a niyyah that I can take in this program, I thought of a niyyah that every single person who watches this program, no matter where they are from around the world, that they learn about what's happening to their Muslim brother or their Muslim sister in another part of the world. It could be something good, or it could be something bad. It could be a struggle that Muslims in certain part of the world are dealing with, and it could be at the same time something good that's happening. So inshallah, my dear brothers and sisters, what we're going to be doing here tonight is talking about this idea of unity. And we're going to be talking about it, inshallah, in a very, very, very special way. And let me begin by telling you that we honestly have become so far apart. We're not united anymore. When Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam first went to Medina, the first thing that he did was that he made brotherhood between people. Every two people were brothers, no matter where they were from. One of them, could be from the Ansar, and the other person could be from the Muhajirin. They could be of different backgrounds, but they are united. But today, my dear brothers and sisters, if there is one issue that we're lacking in as Muslims, it is, my dear brothers and sisters, that we are disunited. We've become so far apart. And I want to begin by asking you a question. Today, as I'm speaking today, how much do you know about the struggles of our brothers and sisters in the Central African Republic? Oh, I didn't even know that Muslims lived in the Central African Republic. That might be a response by someone. Yes, there are Muslims living in the Central African Republic, and as I'm speaking tonight, they're facing a lot of difficulties. How about our brothers and sisters in Burma? How are they doing? Or is it just because they're not in the news anymore, we've forgotten about them and we thought everything became okay? How about our brothers and sisters in Syria? I said that on a program a couple of weeks ago, and people were shocked. I said that a local imam in Syria gave a fatwa about 2 or 3 weeks ago that gave permission to people to eat cats and dogs. That's how desperate their situation has become. But how much do we know about them if we're living, somewhere else in the Muslim world? Or should we even care? I mean, is this part of being a good Muslim? Is this part of Islam? Is this part of being a member of the Muslim Ummah, to care and to know and to act when it comes to our brothers and sisters in different parts of the world? Is it? Obviously it is. But why are we so lacking in this regard, my dear brothers and sisters? That's the question that we want to ask ourselves. And the solution, inshallah, partly comes through this program. We're going to be talking about Muslims in many different parts of the world. We'll give you the latest news and current events that are happening in different parts of the Muslim Ummah, so that all of us, inshallah, become united, and all of us know about each other, and after we know, we care, and after we care, we start to act to help one another, inshallah. Why are we disunited? Some people can say it's our enemies that have made us disunited. They've divided us into so many nations. They've put so many borders between us. Is it really our enemies that have made us so far apart? Or is it maybe inherited racism within our own selves? Is it really our own fault? Are we just using the issue of our enemies because it's so much easier to blame someone else than to blame ourselves? Or is it really a mix of both? Is it really the fault of our enemies, but at the same time, it is our own fault? That's what we have to ask ourselves, and I leave you to contemplate and to think about these issues, inshallah. See, my dear brothers and sisters, if you think of any major superpower, my dear brothers and sisters, in the world that has existed in modern times, you would always find the word united somewhere in that name of the country or that nation. For example, the United States of America. Today they're trying to make the European Union, right? Before it used to be the Soviet Union. All of these countries, my dear brothers and sisters, the main thing that made them into a superpower was that they were united. But unfortunately, the situation of the Muslim Ummah today is that we're not united. But what we hope to do, inshallah, through this program is that a brother or a sister who's watching me right now in the UAE gets to know about what's happening to a brother or a sister in the Gambia. And a brother or a sister who is living in Malaysia is able to find out about what's happening to his brothers and sisters in Nigeria. And brothers and sisters who are living in Egypt can get to know about what's happening to fellow Muslims in the US or the UK. We say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim and we begin, inshallah, in this mission. And of course, we're not going to only be talking about news and current events because there is so much more that unites us than what's happening on the ground. A lot of social issues unite us. A lot of Islamic religious issues unite us. Family issues unite us. Even entertainment and even nasheeds. So we want to bring you, inshallah, a very big package of a lot of beautiful programs.